Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Bila coming to you with another review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 9, Episode 1, No Time to Wait. Y'all, the sisters are back. The sisters are back. How do you feel? Are we excited that they're back? I'm excited. They've been gone so long, I actually forgot a lot of stuff that happened. So when I was watching, I was like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Oh, and then I kept saying, now, who was that? But we back. I'm so happy. We're going to go ahead and get into this episode of Tyler Perry's Sisters. Yes, for the record, I do review Divorce Sisters, and I am also going to review Family Business New Orleans. So yeah, check those out. And please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. The more you do like, the more I do go through the algorithm. And more people will start to view my commentary on the road to 8,000 subscribers. 100 likes every single episode. Let's go ahead and get into, the continuation of Tyler Perry's Sisters. Y'all, it does pick up where it left off. That's one thing about Tyler Perry. He picks up where he leaves off. And like I said, I forgot a lot of stuff that happened. I was like, what's going on? I said, oh yeah, the gun did go off. And I was thinking that it was Zach that possibly could have gotten, pop out, but it ended up being Hudson. Hudson was the one that said all this stuff. Well, it was Gary's ex. It was Gary's ex. She's the one that set all this stuff up in conjunction with Hudson. They were working together. And so Hudson ended up shooting Gary's ex-wife because of his ex-lover, Sabrina. And because I believe Gary had something to do with that whole thing. It was a mess. But anyway, come to find out, Hudson was the one that got pow, and Gary was hiding up under the desk shaking. I said, what is Gary is really out of it? And, of course, the police come in and they tell everybody to get on the floor. They tell Zach to get on the floor. Zach told me, I ain't get on the floor. But he end up, Karen is just like, Zach, just, listen to him and get on the floor, whatever. So they end up turning the light on because I was like, y'all need to turn the light on because y'all can't see. Shoot, I can't see either. Like, what is going on? But anyway, they end up turning the light on and they see the scene. And apparently Hudson still has a pulse. So he is not unalive. He's just being taken down to the precinct. So I guess he's going to be in jail for a while. And of course they ask everybody like what happened and all that stuff. So we'll get into that a little bit later. All right, now Karen is in labor. I was like, oh, is this going to be the episode where Karen delivers these babies? Ooh, this was heavy. Karen had a heavy episode. When I tell you, every time they showed her scene, I was so tense. I'll get into my theory a little later because it's been a little strange with Ebony Obsidian like lately when it comes to sisters. So the characters. So I'll talk about that later. But come to find out, they was trying to understand why traffic was so bad. And Fatima turned on the radio and it's a nationwide, well not nationwide, it's a citywide blackout. I'm like, child, did the rapture come? But anyway, it was a citywide blackout to where, traffic is backed up. Nobody is receiving phone calls like in or out. Lights, power is out. Like, Chad, this just lets us know how attached we are to our phones because they couldn't get in contact with nobody. And it was crazy. It was really crazy. All right. So, yeah, the police was asking, like, Zach, what happened? Give us a description of what happened. Zach was talking about he put he helped. Gary helped. He put Hudson in the headlock and, all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, they was telling them that everybody needed to go down for questioning. Zach was like, man, I'm not going to no question. I got to go find my wife. So he walks out because he want to go find Fatima. But at the grand scheme of things, they were telling Andy that she is lucky that the people came for her, that she has friends that'll, willing to risk their lives to save her. And she was just looking like, okay. And she was just looking over at Gary like, even when Zach was saying that Gary helped, she was still looking like he helped. He was like, yeah, but she's just shaking up right now because she really don't know how to feel in this moment. But Zach said he going to see Fatima. He ain't got time for all this. All right, here Karen again. She's walking through, right? They finally made it to the hospital, and they make it to a chair. Of course it's crowded. The thing I didn't like about this is because we talk about pain so much in the Black community of women, how doctors don't hear us, how doctors don't see us. They look over us. They say that we're a strong Black woman and we feel no pain, which is a lie. And this Tyler Perry is really creating this scene to let Black women know that and the world know that they are not being seen. And it doesn't matter how much Karen says she's in pain, she has a fever, they don't care. The doggone, the lady, the what they call them, patient care techs, the people that check you in and out of the hospital and put you into floors, she doesn't care. She just said, oh, it's all a part of labor. Oh, I never had a baby before, but that's just how that is. And that's not fair, because you never know. That's why you have to listen. And I like the fact that even though Karen kept saying this isn't right, and she did have someone to advocate for her, they still wasn't listening. Fatima was advocating for her, they still did not listen, and that's sad. All right, child, Sabrina then called Rich and Penelope. They was getting it in. Rich comes out talking, but it ain't what it is. He only put the tip in. I said, boy, the way that girl was jumping up and down on you, that was more than a tip. But anyway, Sabrina is over it. She was like, you know what? I can't believe you did this. It's only been 48 hours. He was just talking about, well, shoot, we broke up. It's just a bunch of, I'm caught, but I'm going to use every excuse in the world to make me uncaught. I'm going to try to put this off on you, Slick, because you broke up with me. So, you know what I'm saying? And Sabrina's whole thing is, out of everybody, this girl that caused all this trauma and pain in my friend's life and in our lives, like, really? It was just a mess. It was a whole mess. Now, from what I can remember, at the ending part, Tony had asked Danni to marry him. So they really didn't talk about the marriage part in this, because Tony was pretty much down and depressed about him having to move to Alaska. And Danni is just like, well, I don't know no Black people in Alaska, and I ain't moving to Alaska. And she just pretty much saying she don't want no long distance relationship. She don't do long distance. If they broke up, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because Danni's whole thing is, I don't do long distance. And if you're moving to Alaska, you're moving by yourself. They give, I remember Sarah Palin, they was talking about her. I said she did run for vice president. I remember that. I forgot, because she did live in Alaska. She was like, you can, anyway, I digress. But yeah, Danni was like, I guess I can try to convince you to stay, but I'm not going to convince too much, because at the end of the day, it's really up to you and what you're going to do. Tony brings up the money that she won in that lawsuit. She was like, look, that's my money. That's my rainy day fund. That's not my money to help you out, sir. We ain't doing that. Sorry. Maybe they can have a get it in session and they can probably change your mind. But other than that, you're going to have to figure it out, bro. If you leaving, you leaving by yourself. Period. All right. So back over at Andy's place, Andy is shook up. And Andi is asking Zach, can he look around her apartment just to make sure that everything is clear? Because he's like, who you scared of? She's like, shoot, Gary, he could probably come up in here. So he's checking the room. He was like, everything is clear. She asked him, like, have you ever been this close to death before? And he was just like, I mean, who you talking to? This Zach. That's where I come from, the slums. You know what I'm saying? That's all around me is death. But anyway, so he was like, he said, I never really thought about it like this, because back then he didn't have anything to lose. Now he got, Fatima, he got kids and all this stuff. So he has a lot to lose now. So he doesn't look at things the way that he used to. So yeah, he has these feelings behind it. But now, since he has a little bit more, he looks at death differently. And that pretty much was what that was. Okay, so Sabrina asks Rich, why her? Like, you've been knowing this girl like your entire life? Have you ever looked at her like that before? Like, did you ever have an attraction? And what is it? What is it? He talking about no, no, no. But if my memory serves me, the memory that I did have, I thought they said that they always thought each other was cute some kind of way. And he did kiss her and all that. But child, Penelope wasn't having it. Because when he was making it seem like she's nothing to me, she's nothing. Child, Penelope comes out and slap him on the shoulder. What you mean I ain't nothing to you? You kiss me. And Sabrina over there looking like, really? This is what you're doing? I can't believe this. I can't even believe that. And Penelope, it was just Dax. It was just Dax, whatever. Some words. I'm trying not to say the words, but it was just. And Sabrina's just looking at Penelope like, what? Like, you little sneezy, slimy, grimy girl. And Sabrina tries to leave. Child Rich tries to go after her. She was like, leave me alone. Leave me alone, bitch. And Penelope is like, let her go. Like, let her go. And she won't Rich. Penelope was all on Rich, like, shoot, more for me. We don't forget her. And Sabrina's just over it. She was like, you two deserve each other. You two reek of desperation. And she walks off, and they over there looking like, and then I'm thinking, I said, do Penelope got on stockings? Are them stockings? I guess she wanted to put her stockings on, child. I don't know. But anyway, enough of that. So now, Zach was calling out for Andi, and Andi apparently must have been in her room, and Zach walks in her room and sees her naked, and it was awkward. So he runs out because he gets his phone, because he's just trying to charge his phone, really, pretty much. He's trying to charge his phone. He was saying, they pretty much like, look, don't tell Fatima that that you done saw me in my nakedness. Like, it is what it is. For Zach talking, he got to go ahead and get ready to go. She reminds him one more time, like, you sure? You look at your phone, does it work? Do you have bars? Like, what, woo. So both of them end up checking their phones to see, like, if anybody had any messages. Come to find out, Zach's phone is still dead, and Andi has like 10 missed voice messages, but her phone is out. She hasn't had the chance to listen to her voice messages. Okay, so now I'm back over at the hospital. After an hour of waiting, they finally have a room, right? So the black nurse lady comes in, and she's being empathetic because, black people on black people, we be like, hey, we gonna do what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? These people in here acting like they don't want to help, but I'm gonna help you. So we have a lifeline here, right? We have a lifeline enough to get us in a room. So she's just, asking Karen, like, what's going on? She was like, fever, chills, something's not right. So the black nurse lady, she ends up getting a wheelchair for Karen, right? And why this lady, the patient care person, the one that's, doing the whole, that lady, she asks the nurse lady, like, what room are you putting her in? I'm putting her in room 112. No, I want to put someone else in that room. I don't want her to go in that room. I want her to put her in 122. She was like, no, I'm putting her in room 112. That's where she's going. And she was just like, no, because black nurse lady was like, no, she's going into room 112, period. Come on, girl. Come on, sister. So, they go ahead and they go on to the room. So now they're in the room. Finally, you know what I'm saying? Fatima is still there. Thank God for Fatima. Karen's mother is there. Thank God for Karen's mother, because the mother was like, it's too much. It's a lot going on outside. Fatima still asks too, did you call all the girls? Fatima said, yes, I've been calling everybody because of the power outage. Nobody is getting a signal. Nobody is responding. Finally, the doctor comes in. He looks down. Oh, it's normal. Everything is normal. Her chills are normal. Oh, she's in labor. Oh, blood is everywhere. That's normal. How is all of this normal? And then he says, he looks over her chart and says, oh, you're pregnant with twins. Oh, and you have 2 different baby daddies. So where are the baby's fathers? They're on the way. Oh, one is on the way. And Fatima, like, don't make it seem like it was either Fatima or the mama. Like, don't make it seem like she don't have a village, because she do. Both of the fathers are present. Oh, okay, well, yeah. Don't look. first of all, you two focused on the wrong thing. We have a woman here, Karen by the name, because mind you, the patient care lady, tech, or whatever she is, she was calling Karen the patient. The patient. See, that's what I'm saying. The disconnect. And back in the room, the mother is like, you're so worried about what her lifestyle got going on. What about this? Like, what about these fevers? What about these chills? Like, what about all of this? What's going on with that? You worried about the wrong thing. Oh, well, she's fine. When she get dilated, then we'll give her an epidural. The last I checked, nobody even checked to see if she was dilated. The last I checked, nobody brought in an ultrasound monitor to see how these babies are doing. Last I checked, nobody even took the girl's temperature. Like, blood is not normal, sir. No. You know what I'm saying? When you got blood running all over the place, that means something is wrong. And you're a doctor. You're supposed to know these things. But these people are not hearing this black woman. They're not hearing Karen. Karen can holler to the roof. And I almost felt like, Mama, can you get down there and deliver these babies? Because you will do a better job than these doctors and these nurses around here. Anyway. So finally, they began to look at the messages, you know what I'm saying, that Fatima sent. First message was, hey girl, you all right? I'm sending Zach over there. Second message was, hey girl, let me find out that Gary did something. I'm gonna have to unalive her myself. Child, Zach over there looking like, do y'all got something else going on here? She seen you naked too? Anyway, last message, hey, something is going wrong. Karen is in labor. This ain't right. The girl vomiting all over the place. I didn't even see the vomit. And she got the fever, the chills. Child's blood all over the place. I said, what? Girl. When I tell you Zach jumped over that couch so fast, and they went on here. So now everybody getting the phone calls. Because after Danni had finished showing Tony what she could or could not do to keep him at the house, she ended up getting, the phone call. I gotta go. My girl is in trouble. I said, girl, you're not gonna wash. You're not gonna do the little old bath in the sink. You're not gonna get the places that need to be cleaned real quick. Oh, it's okay, but I'm gonna see about your friend. Go on, girl. Karen, Sabrina gets the phone call. She like, oh my God, I gotta get there. Now the girls are going. They done got the call. They done got the message. Now they're on their way. And child, poor Aaron, he coming up there with 50 pink balloons. And he just like, hey, how is Karen? Fatima and Mama looking like, it ain't good. I'm sorry, baby. You happy, but this ain't no good situation. Aaron looks through the window and it's blood. And he sees Karen in distress. It don't look good. This is not normal. Y'all, what is going to happen? You know what? I've been questioning myself. This is what I was talking about at the beginning. I said I was going to kind of touch on it at the end of the review. I was questioning because I've been seeing a lot of promo lately. And I haven't been seeing Karen in a lot of the promo. Like when all the other girls are like out doing promo or all this stuff in pictures, I didn't see Karen, Ebony Obsidian, the girl that plays Karen. I didn't see her in a lot of the promo and on the tours and all that stuff when it comes to Sisters. And I was confused by it because I was questioning, like, is Karen going to come back to this show? Like, what would this show be like without Karen? Crazy, huh? And then they have these babies. So then I question, are both the babies going to be okay? Like, is everybody just going to get, unalived off the show? I don't know. Just let me know. Have y'all been, because I know I haven't been the only one, because I was actually going to do a video about it a long time ago or whatever, but I was just like, nah, I'll just wait just to see. But I don't know. It'll be something because I don't want Karen to leave. I actually like Karen on the show. I've been seeing this show for 9 seasons, and it just won't feel right if Karen is not there. All the ups and downs we've been through with this girl, and we finally get to see some babies, hopefully. So I don't know. Yeah, let me know what y'all think. I thought overall the episode was okay. It was pretty cool for what it was. Still no babies, but there are no babies because Karen is having complications. So yeah, y'all, this is Sheila Bila. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. And meet me next week. And don't forget, I am reviewing Divorced Sisters. And I am going to do new Family Business, New Orleans. Yeah. So yeah, y'all have a great day. Like, comment, and subscribe. And see y'all later. Bye.